Congratulations, everyone. We made it to Volume 7. Oh, you have no idea who I am. I understand that because since 2021, I have been running the Home for Anime as an audio only podcast. So, of course, you wouldn't know who I am, even by the sound of my voice, which is deeper today for some reason. It's not always going to be the case. Hello, I am Cameron, founder of the Home for Anime. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that we were getting to spend this face to face time together, especially because we get to talk about Zombie Land Saga Yumeginga Paradise, which is the follow up movie to the first two seasons of Zombie Land Saga. Before I begin, there is one thing that I like to say in a lot of my episodes, but I think I forget more times than not, and I need to do better about it. But I am a person who analyzes and reviews media, and I always try to take care with the utmost respect because there are real people who put time and effort into making these productions. So I try not to bash anything, and I ask also that you are respectful of both your opinions, other people's opinions, and the work that these people have done, unless it's just absolutely abhorrent and a disgrace to humanity. But also, let's all be honest about these things. I will never lie to you about how I feel about something, whether it be good or bad. And luckily, with Yumeginga Paradise, it just happens to be really, really good. So, right off the bat, what I really love about this movie is that it effortlessly recaps the first two seasons in a way that is not overbearing. It does it in probably 5, 7 minutes, maybe less than that. And it tells you who all of these characters are, what's been going on between seasons 1 and 2 and onward, where they are now. And it's basically letting us know, hey, we're keeping up with the dates that you are. So 2018, 2021, 2022, 2025. Awesome. Great. We love it. So it wastes no time there because we want to get into the actual movie. We want to get into this 2 hour long movie that deserves every minute of its runtime. This movie does not waste your time, which is something that I am always appreciative of. With Zombieland Saga, there were two questions that I always wanted answered, and I never got the answer. So when our head producer, manager Kotaro awakens all seven of these girls with the notion of making them idols to save the Saga Prefecture, we get background information throughout season 1 on 5 of them, and then we get a little bit on Sakura. She gets her own little arc over an episode or two. So that's 6. There's 7 girls, and the one that we get nothing on is the one who I love the most, and that is Tai Yamada. Tai Yamada is unlike the rest of the zombies because Tai Yamada acts like a traditional zombie. She does not speak. She communicates through bites, moans, and groans. But she's chill. Kotaro can explain why everyone is legendary, what they've done, why what they did was legendary. And he doesn't answer anybody when they ask, why is Tai legendary? It's like, why is Tai legendary? Because she is. Well, what is it that is bringing Tai to us? Like, what what was it? Why was it so legendary? And his response is just,
because it's legendary.
and all I can think is,
Oh, that's so cool!
that's really cool. I like that. So Tai is front and center on the poster. So obviously we're going to get some answers for what it is that she has to contribute to this story, which is a lot. And the second question that I needed answered so badly was, what exactly was that post-credit scene at the end of season 2, which saw a UFO decimate a town? Well, I got my answers. This is quite literally an alien invasion story, and it helps to bring to the forefront who Ty is, what Ty did to an extent, and it deepens the relationship that she had with a favorite person who she liked to munch on. I probably could have phrased that better. Sakura, who has been our lead for a majority of Zombieland Saga. I really liked how the core relationship between these two, I mean, of course, all the zombies together. This is Franchushu. Franchushu, they are a real group. But there is always this inherent bond between Tai and Sakura. And getting to explore that, seeing what it's like when Tai gets her memories back, when we see what she's really about, it strikes a lot of emotional chords. And I am not afraid to admit that I was indeed crying. I was crying, a grown ass man. Look at me. And it it was beautiful, honestly, just seeing how all of that was to play out over 2 hours and to see what resolution came from all of these zombies getting together finally to have what I can only call an epic performance. There's just a lot of emotional beats that are hit really well. Also, we all know that Mappa is really great with art and animation. This is no different. I don't know if it was because they had the extra time. I don't know about staff, but time, they did something that had kind of been bothering me with the first couple seasons, and it was getting better progressively. But with this movie, the idol animation, so you know when they are actually singing and dancing as idols, it actually looks really good. That mix of 2D and CG, I very much think that they have honed their craft. And this is coming from the same studio that in 2025 released Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze Arc, which was a stark difference from the Chainsaw Man anime that they released a few years prior. So Mappa is really stepping up their game. I can tell that they're trying new things. Obviously, everything is beautiful. The character designs are winning, and I'm not just talking about the human characters, but also the aliens and the spaceship set pieces. The aliens were genuinely disgusting to me, and the action was actually really good. This turned into an action film in ways that I was not expecting. Kind of, I would say, on par with, and please forgive me if you disagree, specifically Avengers Age of Ultron. I really liked how much this felt like an Avengers level action movie at certain points. And with Zombieland Saga specifically, the comedy is always on point. It is there when it needs to be there, and in my opinion, does not overstay its welcome. And I only got to see this in an English dub. That is what was sent to me, my review copy, and that is what I believe played in theaters. But there is this one scene, and I have a very ugly laugh that I try to keep hidden. You kind of try to do the cool laugh, like the that kind of sounded creepy. That's not it. But I got a really ugly laugh out of a flat earth joke that I was not expecting. And I think that comedy English dubs are actually in a really good place right now. So seeing them go that route with Zombieland Saga, I now feel like I should rewatch Zombieland Saga and dub. That is how good the performances were, and that's how good the comedy hit. But the Japanese dub still has these over the top performances. Like, yes, they rely on dialogue, but also performances. This was a lot more grounded, which I really appreciate. But overall, it's just a beautiful movie. It's beautiful visually, it's beautiful emotionally. I think that the songs were actually very fitting for what we were going through in this movie. And I just really appreciate the fact that we were able to get so many resolutions because now, more than ever, Franshushu and the story of Zombieland Saga seem very whole and complete, even with what the ending presented with us, which is that there may very well be more. I very much am happy with what this film concluded with. And if you are a fan of Zombieland Saga, this film very much is for you. If you don't have any exposure to it and you just want a good comedy zombie story, like I said, it will give you a good little recap. It won't explain what happened in the end of season two. That'll just kind of be like a, oh, that's where they're going next. But I think that it's one of those things that you can watch without having prior knowledge of the show, kind of like One Piece Film Red, or One Piece Film Z, or One Piece Film Gold, or One Piece Stampede. I like One Piece, I'm sorry. But yeah, all in all, incredible movie, wonderful time. I cried for 10 minutes after and during, and would watch again, would certainly buy on Blu ray whenever it comes out. And yeah, this is fun. This has been fun. I really like doing this actually. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Link to my social media, not security number, is in the bio. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care.